You're a professional robber planning to rob houses along a street. In case you become one, I think this might help you, but I hope that doesn't happen ever. Each house has a certain amount of cash stashed. The only constraint stopping you from robbing each of them is that adjacent houses have security systems connected, and it will automatically contact the police if two adjacent houses were broken into on the same night. On the same night. So I think this is probably created by some sort of LLM. They forgot to have some other conditions, but they instead of to go with a very crazy condition where you can you can drop, but just don't drop houses next to each other. They probably forgot about that condition where if somebody robs your house, it should call the police. But instead of that, we you know they decided to just go with this this particular conditions because LLMs, the chat GPT recommended it. So somehow we have that. Good if you're a house robber. So basically what will happen is you have these are the caches stashed in the houses, so you can either steal these two or either you can steal these two. And of course 1 and 3 is the one that is more uh, you know where you can make the most. If you're robbing, it's better to make the most. And somehow this timer is running. I'm not sure whether I started it now. Let me restart. Okay, let me start the timer for this. I think the problem will be pretty easy. So say, how do I? Okay, let me zoom out a little. Yes, better. So, how we will solve this question is basically we will start with a variable to have maximum value, uh, maybe previous house maximum. Let it initialize to 0, then let maximum till current house. Okay, cool. Now what we have to do is we have to loop each house. I will just add as current house just to make the code pretty clear, of nums. Then what we'll have is we will have a total house value, which will actually come from current house plus the, let's go with total house. Okay, let's go with it. Current house plus the previous house maximum. So it will have the current one plus the previous, what was the previous maximum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a temp where I can store the maximum out of these two, which is total house the max till current house. So this will basically have, if this was the maximum, it will have that one here. All we have to do is just remember this line. So you get the current house plus the previous maximum, and after you getting this, what you have to do is the previous maximum will now have the max till current house. So that makes sense. So it will have, it's kind of, we are swapping it. So the max till current house will basically have the temp. So out of for this loop, we will know what was the maximum. So this max till house actually always having uh, which temp, which basically means the total house. So I think so. All I have to do is I have to return the max till current house at last. Let's run it. Cannot find name previous max. Of course, I previous house max. Let's copy this. Let's run it again. I thought there was another error as well. Yes. Max till, how did you mean max till current house? I made a spelling mistake. Can you guess? Of course. Always use simple. Never use a capital letter for a variable. Pretty basic. Yeah, we got correct. So I hope you can get it. It's pretty hard to, get things around when you can put a dry table and check whether how this is happening. But just in case if you have to remember something really and you need it really fast, maybe you have the exam, an interview tomorrow. Just remember, if they ask the house robber questions, you have to rob. First, all you have to do is check the previous house plus the current one, which is coming from here. And all we have to check here is the total, which one is the maximum one, whether this one or the max till current house, which actually has the last current house. So we add it here. It's pretty basic, but it's sometimes hard to get your the head around, but the code is pretty simple. See you in the next